So today we're going to take a look at what's going to happen if Greece tries to form an empire in 2024. Now this video is going to be very unrealistic. All the events that are going to happen are purely fictional. And yeah, before we get into the video, I want to mention this, that major alliances like NATO, CSTO, the EU or the UN, they do not exist in my videos. If they would exist, they would not let these countries to expand. So yeah, now Greece is a pretty strong country over here, and if they can militarize their country, they can probably expand in a very good manner. They can start by spending a lot of money into their military, and they can do that actually because Greece has the potential, and throughout history they had some pretty good kingdoms. So yeah, now with their current potential, they can only invade one country here, but yeah, still, even for that, now we can see that the Greeks are recruiting troops from all over the country, and it seems like they are ready for their first invasion. This invasion is going to be of North Macedonia, who is looking very vulnerable, and Greece, even before the militarization, can take out North Macedonia. So yeah, let's see. We can see that the Greek troops are now pushing into North Macedonia, and the Macedonians were unable to push them back. Eventually we can see that the capital city of Skopje was taken, and because of this we can see that the North Macedonians just go ahead and surrender, and this was a decisive victory for Greece. The morale amongst these soldiers has been bolstered because of their recent victory, and yeah, in a peace negotiation we can see that all of North Macedonia got completely annexed by Greece. But yeah, this is just the start of the Greek expansion. It takes them a few more years to further militarize their country. We can see that they're putting most of their money into their military, coming up with more and more reforms, and we can see that their military is way better than it was before. After a few more years, we can now see that the Greeks are ready for their second military campaign, and this time we can see that they declare war on Albania. And things are not looking good for Albania because the Greeks are way stronger than the Albanians. We can see that the Greek troops have arrived on the border with Albania, and we can see that one army is now pushing into Albania, following the coastline. We can see that another army now pushes in, getting to the gates of Tirana. We can see that both these armies combine their forces, and eventually we can see that they take out Tirana, which was the capital of Albania. The remaining parts surrender because the Albanians got cut off into two parts, and once again in a peace negotiation we can see that all of Albania got completely annexed by the Greek Empire, or the Empire of Greece. So yeah, already they're looking pretty good. But now instead of a land invasion, we can see that they are preparing their navy, and guys, they have a pretty formidable navy in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. So yeah, after preparing for a few months, we can see that the Empire of Greece is now ready for their third military campaign, for which now we can see that they declare war on Lebanon. Yeah, that's a pretty random country. So yeah, let's see. We can see that the Greeks make a naval landing in the north. The Lebanese were not able to push them back as they were heavily outnumbered, and after a few months, we can see that pretty much all of Lebanon is now under the Greek control, and in a peace negotiation we can see that all of Lebanon got completely annexed by the Empire of Greece. Now pretty much after all of these invasions, the Empire of Greece has gotten more and more strong, and they now have a very formidable army, and they also want to continue their invasions. Now we can see that they are ready for another invasion in order to expand their realm. We can see that now they declare war on Montenegro as well as Kosovo. Now Serbia is really unhappy with Greece here because they did not want the Greeks to declare war on Kosovo. But yeah, the Greek military as of right now is way better than that of the Serbian military. So yeah, they won't interrupt. We can see that the Greek forces are now pushing into Montenegro, easily capturing their capital city, after which the remaining parts of Montenegro would just surrender. But yeah, once the Greeks step foot into Kosovo, we can see that another interesting event happens. We can see that the Turks are not happy with whatever Greece is doing. After the Greeks invaded Kosovo, we can see that Turkey joins this war. So yeah, things are not looking good for Greece now. We can see that the Greeks were easily able to take out all of Kosovo, but most of their troops were over here, and so we can see that the Turks are now pushing into Greece, securing all of these Thracian parts. But yeah, Greece was also able to convince one country to get into this war, and that country was France. So yeah, now we can see that France is at war with Turkey. But yeah, in order to avoid more casualties, we can see that both sides now negotiate peace. So yeah, now let's take a look at this peace negotiation. And yeah, in a peace negotiation we can see that all of Montenegro as well as Kosovo got completely annexed. The Greeks did not lose any of this land, but instead they had to give up some of these Aegean islands to the Turks. So yeah, not a huge loss loss. But yeah, now we can see that the Greeks are preparing for a very major invasion. This one is going to be their last one, for which once again we can see that they are recruiting troops from all over the country. This is by far the biggest army that Greece has ever seen, and it is going to be a very major invasion, for which after a few years we can see that the Greeks are prepared. And so we can now see that the Greeks declare war on Bulgaria. We can see that the Greek troops now push into Bulgaria. They also push in from the eastern parts. We can see that one army is now trying to get to Sofia, but they are met with some resistance. In the east we can see that the Greeks are pushing around, securing all of these regions. We can see that they're taking control of the coastline. But yeah, on the eastern front we can see that the Greeks were able to get Sofia, which was the Bulgarian capital city. In the east we can see that all of the coastline has been taken. Bulgaria gets cut off into two parts. But yeah, pretty much after all of this chaos, we can see that the remaining parts of Bulgaria just go ahead and surrender. And later on we can see that all of Bulgaria also got completely annexed. The Greek Empire is looking pretty good. But yeah, there was one thing that was going on. The Serbs, after the Greek invasion of Kosovo, were really unhappy with whatever happened, and so they were militarizing their country to fight a war with the Greeks in order to get this back. And yeah, this was pretty unexpected for the Greeks. But yeah, the Serbs now declare war on Greece, and things may not be looking very good for Greece here. We can see that the Serb troops are now pushing into Bulgaria, and they also push into Kosovo, securing all of Kosovo. We can see that this army is now pushing around, and they eventually also get to Sofia, taking the former Bulgarian capital city. We can see that these troops also push around, and they were able to cut off Montenegro from the remaining parts of Greece, and these troops also push down. So yeah, things are not looking good for the Greeks. But seeing all of this, we can see that the Greeks come up with an idea, and basically they're gonna get another country to be involved in this war, and that country is going to be Bosnia. So yeah, the Greeks promise a lot of things for the Bosnians to drag the Bosnians into this war. The Bosnians do accept, and we can see that the Bosnians join this war on the side of Greece. And yeah, since most of the Serbian military was focused down here and over here, we can see that the Bosnians easily push in with the support of some Greek troops. We can see that these troops are now pushing towards the capital city of Belgrade. So yeah, the troops down here evacuate, which leads to Greece taking back all of these areas. But unfortunately for the Serbians, they still lost their capital city of Belgrade. We can now see that the Greek troops are pushing into Serbia. These parts, after getting encircled, just surrender, and the Serbian troops are in disarray. And yeah, after losing their major cities, which includes their capital city, the remaining troops in Serbia just surrender. And yeah, in a peace negotiation, we can see that all of Serbia got completely annexed by the Empire of Greece. The Bosnians, for their military contribution, got some military equipment from Greece. They also got a few $1 billion for their contribution in the war, and a few more interesting things, but they did not get any land. And at the end, we can see that the Empire of Greece does one final thing. They annex Cyprus. They didn't even have to fight there. Now guys, I know you all wanted this, but yeah, that was not possible. So yeah, this is the Empire of Greece at its peak. So this is gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what you guys want to see in the future. And thank you for watching. Also guys, a huge shout out to X-Dragon and User Astronomical for making these amazing maps. If you guys also want to participate in these events, you guys can join the Discord server. The link will be in the description. So yeah, goodbye.